welcome everybody. It is Tuesday, and that means it's True North Tuesdays. Please don't mind the lint on this shirt. This Amazon shirt came with a sticker that accidentally got washed, so I'm constantly trying to peel it off, but it's a slow process. Anyway, thank you everybody who is here. I know I'm a minute or two late. We'll just save 1 minute. But I am here. John Fox is here first tonight, and Pud coming in second. Is that a cup of coffee? I think I know what that means. Who's drinking coffee in the chat? I know somebody is. There is 30 Spray J. And anybody catch him on Monday Night Mayhem last night? That was a fun show. Great to see him. Jay, your voice is a little deeper than I expected. Very nice. Very nice. Baker will be back at lunch, so get your guesses ready for what he is having. Brewer is here. He's in the chat right now. I'll be bringing him in a little bit later. I just want to go over a few things, True North, stuff before I bring him on the show. What's up, Troy? He is here early. Hello, fellow. Jeffrey, guten Abend. All right. I've been trying to work on some trilingual, polylingualism with Finn. I've got a keyboard that gives me 4 different languages. I know 3 of them, so, well, not fluently, but I'm getting there. Born Beard is here. What is going on? Encrypt? I'm sure that's a typo, but not enough context for me to figure that one out. Frickin' Fracker here. I hope you saw that comment I left earlier. I've been really busy, so I don't know if you did and responded, but does anybody remember Bob winning that beard competition that we got to see live? I'm still excited. I felt like I was a winner with him. It was so awesome. All right, let's keep going here. There's Bobby. Bobby, what's going on? Hello, great to see you. Robert Allen, Frankie J, Jeff Harmon, and there is my mom who has no sound, so she can't hear me, but she can see me. I'll send her both kind of hearts in case she doesn't know which one is which. All right, not to get too far ahead of myself here, but there is Bearded Chief, and Babysitter Jess, and Ray, and Dynamite. Man, everybody's here early tonight. Thank you guys so much. What's going on? I love throwing this up when I'm running. Nobody knows what I'm doing out here on the East Coast. It's so funny. All right, Amber's here. I think you did forget to say hi. Welcome. Brother Amber. That's right, I wasn't on yet. I was a little late. Hi, Mom. Hi, Scott. Porch beer. All right. We got coffee. We got herbal tea and coffee. We've got Untamed Catch here in the chat tonight. What's going on? I think this is the first time I've seen your name. Welcome. Everybody give him a welcome, or her. We never know. Everybody's welcome here. Unless you're a hater, but just kidding. I still enjoy when you're here. All right. Let me get back to the chat. Archie's here. Aloha. What is happening? War vet turned therapist. Great to have you. You're in for a great show tonight. Did I miss anybody? I thought I saw another new name somewhere. I hope I didn't miss you. If it's your first time watching, you're in for some fun. We do some really silly stuff here, but today is a little bit of a more serious theme. We're not going to be too serious, but before I get into that, and I will keep an eye on anybody who else jumps in the chat. Bishop, hi. Guys, if you didn't already know, and most of you already do know, we just had a drop on Sunday of 3. If you're German, it's 3. I know you guys watch Inglorious. Can you say yes, bastards? You can say it on here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, 3 new scents dropped to our mainline with our brand new logo. There we go. Anyway, you guys know what it is. I can bring that up on site real quick if you're interested. And yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. The sales are awesome. They're still coming in. I have tons of orders still to pack. The oils, the butters, the balms look incredible with the new labels. I'm so happy with what we did, and I'll just bring this up on camera. We'll just go to the beard oil. Yep, the Ombre, the American, and the Midnight Rider are the 3 scents we dropped. If you picked one of these up, let me know in the chat what you got. I'm probably already aware of what you got, but I like you guys to kind of share amongst yourselves what you got. Brad Glazer is a grandpa, everybody. Congratulations. I am so happy for you. That is so awesome. What up, Riz? Great to see you back. Mixed Riz. And there is Preston. What is happening? Yes, I will do some dabs for you. Okay. So, yeah. Let me get down. All right, I'm caught up. All right, so yes, Midnight Rider is my personal favorite. If you're a fan of bourbon scents with a touch of sweetness, that apple in there is perfectly balanced. Got some wood accord, super, super nice. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. The American, if you're a fan of like barbershop, fresh kind of scents, that's for you. I definitely recommend that. If you, I'll bring this up bigger right here. If you're a fan of, somewhat, it's not a literal barbershop, but it's in that family. This is what you want. And it does say spicy right here. It does have spice. Now, I was telling Chris that just because something says spice, it doesn't mean it's pepper spicy. But yeah, there's like some herbalness to it. It's great. Anybody in the chat who already has the American, let us know what you think of it so everybody else has an understanding. It's just a very classic take on a very classic scent. And then we also have, hi, Finn. I started calling him Dash in secret because get it? Hi, Finn. Is that a dad joke? All right, let's keep going. Then we also have the ombre, guys. This is a luxurious leather scent. It is not super strong leather. It is very soft, but it's got like a moss and a cedar wood, and it's kind of dark, but it's not like, I don't know, heavy. Okay, let me put it that way. Think like, I don't know, some like rich gentleman getting out of a Lamborghini, perhaps. That's the vibe I get from that. Yeah, there you go. Soft, sexy leather. I don't personally get talc out of the American. I will do another live poll right now. No, I don't get talc out of this. Does anybody else think that? I know somebody in the chat has the American. Do you get talc out of that? I do not. I don't care for talc personally, so I would pick up on that very quickly. Very, very quickly. Johnny's Beard is here. What's going on, Primo? Great to see you back. And there is JJP. I know I sent a package out to you today. Robert Allen got the ombre oil and butter and the Midnight Rider oil and butter. Thank you, Amber. Thank you for confirmation. I appreciate it. Yes, no talc from me whatsoever. Okay. Thank you, guys. Doubling down. Sometimes I second guess myself because I'm just like, am I that good at this? Do I smell these the way that they should be smelled? And you guys really back me up almost every single time. So I appreciate it. No talc for freaking frack. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 different noses that will agree. No talc. All right. If you guys have any questions about the draw, go ahead and put them in the chat. We're packing as fast as we can. I'm getting those orders out as quickly as possible. I'm literally writing. I'm writing cards while I'm sitting here and constantly trying to catch up. PB is here. What's going on? Yeah, Canada is back on strike. I'm so sorry to hear that. They're going to figure it out. And this is mainline, so it's not going away. So you don't have to worry about it. It's not some Hall of Fame where it's going to sell out. This is a permanent edition. You don't have to be worried that you're going to miss anything, okay? Yeah. But I had to move yours into like another box and then another box. It was like one of those like Matryoshka dolls, like the Russian dolls. Except backwards. I was going like this and then it was like, okay, another box. And now I need another box. So yes, it is going to be a big box. Big box. All right, guys. So let's get on with the show. I want to just bring up, if you didn't look at the thumbnail, as you guys know, I try and look at like special events, like if it's a National French Fry Day or National Donut Day, which is coming up on the 6th, by the way. Yeah, We definitely, what's going on, Ragin Cajun? I know it says Reagan, but I say Ragin. I'm sorry. Unless your name is Ragin and I've been saying Reagan. Please correct me. Anyway, this month it is men's, and Brewer and I were talking about this last night, or the night before. The days run when you have a new baby. It's Men's Health Awareness Month, but I did more research and apparently it's Men's Health Month. It's not just Men's Health Awareness Month. It is just Men's Health Month overall. Okay. Yes, PB, we will have more coming later this year. Yes, there are more. So I thought, you know what? I think we should have a professional on the show who actually works in the field of mental health. And I thought, who better than Brewer? So what really kicked this off is I went to him for some advice. I just wanted to figure some things out. And it really got me thinking that maybe if I'm asking questions, other people might have questions. So I kind of was like, you know what? Let's just have Brewer on the show. And he was so kind as to do it this Tuesday. So to kick off the month of June and men's health, which includes mental health, let's bring Brewer on without further ado. Welcome, Brewer. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Yeah. Everybody in the chat knows Brewer. Everybody in the community knows Brewer. I think everybody can probably agree that you might be like the beard community, like ambassador. I think you know more people in the beard community face to face. Maybe Dan might win, but just
Dan definitely got me beat there, but I do try my best to connect with everyone. Really,
you get a lot of one-on-one time, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that counts for something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just want to, let's see. I'm going to dive in. We don't have a script here, guys. If you have questions for Brewer, please let us hear them. I think first I want to ask you to just kind of give us a background on what your profession is in mental health.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it actually all started when I was a young 20-year-old that wanted to get into psychology and wanted to be a psychologist. And things happen and I end up in the Army and I became a medic in the Army. I was in there for quite a while. And then when I got out of the Army, I went to nursing school, became a registered nurse, primarily worked in pediatrics and then ER and then psychiatry. And I did try my hand at management as a nurse and it wasn't for me. So I went back to school for the clinical side and became a psychiatric nurse practitioner.
Sorry. Mom. Okay. I told you this was kind of a serious show. Okay, so nurse practitioner, and as I understand, nurse practitioner is like the final boss of nurse, like nursing. Like you're like the peak, right?
Well, no, there's actually one more level. There's doctorate of nurse practice, which is just a doctorate, like a PhD or a DNP, doctorate of nurse practice. So
literally just learned that today. That I had no idea, but you were like just below it.
Just below it. Yep.
Will you try to achieve that, or are you happy where you're at?
Probably not. DNP is fairly new. Within the last 20 years, more and more people are getting it. I think if I was younger, I would go for it, but I think I'll be okay staying as an MSN in my profession at my age. So
yeah,
like it'll be more competitive probably in 20, 30 years to where it's needed.
Yeah. I'll just
not that you're any more skilled or like there's nothing clinical about it really. It's just philosophy and administration stuff really.
Um, yeah. JJP wants to know if you still do psych in the ER setting.
Very rarely nowadays. I do on call a few times a year, and where I do have to respond to the emergency department.
Mm-hmm.
But I did
Okay.
work several years in the emergency department as like a therapist, kind of like case manager, where I would like screen them and get them admitted to the hospital. That was a really cool job. I really liked that.
Do you miss that?
A little bit, yeah.
Sometimes,
a little bit,
yeah.
yeah.
I have to say this is a really bad comparison, but I do miss bartending sometimes because of the action. And that's the only thing I could see like being really similar. Maybe listening to people talk.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
a little tiny bit of a therapist sometimes, but
Right.
yeah, I do sometimes miss it. And then I'm like, no, I don't. So let's see. PB, is this you or are you describing Brewer, Army medic in the past and a current psych NP?
That is me.
Yeah, I think he's describing you.
Maybe
Unless he is as well.
her.
Let's see. War veteran therapist. He works in ER, jail, prison on
Oof.
call. Wow.
Yeah, nice. We
I
probably
hate
have
to.
similar stories, War vet. I
You
worked in
guys
a
should.
jail. Jail is
Wow.
tough. I did not like it.
My only experience with anything that you guys are talking about is watching, like, I don't know, Oz or that new show, The Pit.
Oh, the
And
pit. Yeah.
I'm fascinated and just, I wish I could stand blood and guts and all of that, you know, part of the business. I know that's not the only thing that you're dealing with, but I just couldn't do it.
The pit gives me chills. Like some
'Cause
scenes in the pit, it's so good. It's
Yeah.
so real. Like gives me chills.
Wow. That's cool.
Great show.
That
Great
is
show.
cool. Okay, so I'll just kind of like go over basically the questions that I kind of had for you. And if you don't, I mean, if you don't mind repeating again, because I feel like other people might be confused as well. When I was talking to Brewer, I asked him what type of professional does a, you know, run of the mill, I see a therapist for your average person who does it just for like their well-being. And I had minimal understanding of psychiatrists versus psychologists versus this or that or whatever. So who does a person who's just looking to clear their mind and become the best version of themselves go to see?
Yeah, so there's a lot of choices that you can make there. If you want to just focus on therapy, there's like 100 different types of therapy domains that you can go through. But you want to look for someone that's certified and licensed. So there's like licensed certified social worker, or I mean licensed clinical social worker. There's licensed mental health therapist. That's what I would recommend looking for in a therapist when you're looking to do any type of therapy. You can also see a psychiatrist that may be able to do therapy with you, but of course a psychiatrist or a nurse practitioner like myself, we can do therapy and also prescribe medications. But the very first line of treatment should be therapy. Like you don't always need medications, and
Mm-hmm.
seeing someone for that evaluation, they'll be able to determine like what type of therapy would be most helpful for you. And if you may need medication, they could refer you to someone that could prescribe. One thing I do recommend though is when you go to see a therapist, like have a goal in mind. Like what exactly do you want to accomplish with therapy? Because the therapist is there to help you guide you that way into reaching your goal, whether it's learning new coping mechanisms because you have anxiety, or working through past trauma that you've experienced, or feeling depressed. I mean, there are interventions that a therapist can work with you on coming out of that.
Yeah, so I have this on screen right now. I'm going to bring it up. Wait. There we go. So, guys, this was how easy it is. I mean, me personally, I'm in a new state where I don't know anybody. I can't ask for references. I can from a doctor, but I mean, I just met the doctor. It's not that I don't trust them, but I feel like a lot of people, oh, see my therapist, they're great. I don't have that option here. So, Brewer suggested to check out psychologytoday.com, and right there on the front page, find a therapist, and they're verified. So you can always, look something up, and gives you local options, but then therapy's moved into like technology advancements, and now you can do virtual visits as well. So, yeah, I did ask Brewer what he thought about therapy moving into virtual/video chat. I have family that does it, and I just was kind of surprised when I searched how many are just like, we're online only. I'm online only. I'm online only. And yeah, what do you think of that?
So I love it. I've been doing online for the last 5 years. Actually, it's COVID that got me into it, because the place I was working at, it was 100%, come to the office and I see you. And when the pandemic hit, we closed the offices, we worked from home. And at first we were just doing phone calls, which I do not really recommend. Phone call therapy or phone call assessments are not great at all. So we quickly moved into video, because you really need that face-to-face connection. I mean, hearing voice is a connection, and it's much better than text. But seeing reactions and responses to words is really important. So video, I think, is essential. If it's not going to be in person, I would recommend video over phone or text.
Yeah, 100%. Just talking to somebody over text, half the time somebody's being sarcastic and the other person doesn't pick up on it.
Right.
And it's just like,
right. Exactly.
What? 100%. Yeah. So definitely agree. Amber's right. Nonverbal, 1,000%. I mean, you guys can tell if, I'm not saying every time, but you can pick up if somebody's not being truthful, if they're kind of skirting around something by the way they're not looking you in the eye. So definitely makes a difference if it's face-to-face or virtually face-to-face.
Right.
I can tell everyone not to do.
One thing that, and to speak more about the video, when the pandemic hit, and previously I was just seeing people in my office, and there's a lot of times people don't show up, because life happens where you're working, or you can't find a sitter or something, and there was barely any no-shows when it went to video. Like, very small percentage didn't show up for a video call. And that's still true today. Like, we're back into face-to-face visits now, but I'm still 100% virtual. I still do 100% remote. So there's a low no-show rate with video, because you don't have to, take that hour of your day to drive to the place, spend another hour, and then another hour to get home,
Yeah.
So much
nice. And you don't have to like get ready, really. I mean, you guys know that I'm like wearing clothes, but
right.
I'm wearing a men's I grow a beard shirt. Like, I don't know if I'd go to a therapy session wearing this, but I can pretend that I'm not wearing it right now virtually, and I can totally get away with it. So maybe somebody's having like a body dysmorphia moment, and they're just like, I can't be seen like this today. I look disgusting. You don't have to really, it's from the neck up if you want. It's less than that if you want. You can get real close up like when I go live. But yeah, I think it's very cool that is an option. I honestly was like, are these real therapists if they're all virtual? And then just talking to you, and now I'm like, oh, okay, this is a lot more common than I thought. And I'm super, super excited to know about that. Pud says he saw a psychologist bi-weekly for 6 months after my craniotomy for a brain tumor in 2020. With learning how to live with my new chronic conditions, it seriously opened a new door for me. Pud, thank you for sharing that.
Well,
I am so grateful for you and the friendship that we have with you in the community, the True North community anyway. But I've made jokes, but he did open Pandora's box and let everyone know he had a handicap placard. So I was not going to expose any secrets. And that is showing real vulnerability, being willing to share that with everyone. So, wow, awesome. Pud, proud of you. So cool that you are like living and successfully living well. Because is here. What's going on? Pandemic did change access, and the biggest change was insurance companies approving it. Today, the options are amazing. Yeah, definitely. Okay, Pud. My department has special protocols in place with the police in case something happens to. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Well, they're ready. No one falls through the cracks. Yeah, definitely love the vulnerability, willingness to be open and share your story. We might have to have Pud on a live as a guest sometime. And Pud, I was thinking about this just today, only to discuss your vast collection of colognes. But if you're, open to ever doing that, we can maybe discuss it. You are not any less of a man or woman for seeking help. Yeah. My personal interest in talking to Brewer arose because, like I just said, moving out here, I'm not really connected with anybody outside of Chris and Finn. But besides that, now that Finn's here, I want to be like the best version of myself for him, and I don't necessarily have any like things up front where I'm like, this happened to me when I was 12 and I need to solve it. It's definitely not specific moments, but I just want to try and make sure that I set a great example for him. And even if I don't exactly need it, I think it's great as like a cleansing. If you have I wouldn't say I have anxiety. Maybe I've developed a slight little bit of it. Nothing that I need any medication for by any means, but I will overthink and I will get myself going, and then I will spend a couple hours like awake, and then I'm like, oh man, what am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. Just relax. It'll take care of itself. You can't control anything that's outside of yourself. And I just want to make sure I show him patterns and coping mechanisms, and eventually he's going to throw a tantrum, and I want to be able to woosah. All right, don't get mad. It's a teaching moment. Relax. Right. So I want to be able to be prepared 100% the best that I can. And you guys have heard me say it before. I research everything. I try and learn what the best avenue is, and blah blah blah. So that's part of what I'm kind of hoping to do. I would love that. It's definitely real. Therapy can teach you skills to manage certain things that nobody really teaches you. You don't necessarily figure it out on your own. Yes, self-care, 1,000%. I like to do yoga. I haven't done it in a while, but for me, that's part of mental cleansing. I focus on just that. And running is for me as well. Brewer is a rucker. Can I call you a rucker?
Sure.
And that's part of this focus for the month. That's health. I know you're getting back into rucking. Do you have a goal right now that you're trying to achieve?
Just more consistent doing it. And I'm actually, I posted in some community forums in Cheyenne to start a ruck group. So the first one is going to be this Saturday. We'll see who shows up.
Oh man. Yeah, that's the hard part, is like getting the group together, and then once they're there and having fun, then it starts to like snowball. I think I've heard that runners benefit like he's no longer the number, well, he doesn't hold the record, but the best marathon runner of all time. He runs in groups all the time. He does the same thing every day. He eats the same food every day. But he has said running is not about your legs. It's about your mental capacity. And he runs in groups and recommends it. And I have not been able to get that going. But now I've got Finn. So that two's almost a group. Almost. Almost.
You can start a women's group with babies.
Yeah.
Running women's group with babies.
Yeah, that would be fun. I can't believe John Fox. Clown therapy? Please tell me that's not a thing.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, no, I do not. Yeah, is that like shock therapy? Or where they're like
closure therapy, yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, this is so true. You can only bottle up so much before it just finally is like, you know. I am definitely somebody who does that because I don't want to constantly be, just this or that or this. I just am like, it's fine. It's serenity now, and then insanity later, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times, and this is true for men and women.
Keep going, Mike. I'm just grabbing ginger.
I just heard some crackling. If for men and women, trauma that happens in the past, a lot of people can just kind of like put it behind them and not think about it. However, it can pop up later in life to where you have symptoms, and trauma in the past kind of shapes you too. It kind of like develops coping mechanisms, whether they're positive or negative. And that has a lot to do, like you're not even thinking about the trauma, but how you present yourself as a result of that trauma. So for example, like if you're easily irritable and angry at the littlest thing, that could be from something in your past. And that's like how you survived, was getting angry and irritable. That's how you survived your past trauma. But now as an adult later in life, you don't have those traumas around you or threats, but those things still bother you. Even though you're not thinking about the trauma, you still have that mechanism. And that's one thing that therapy can help. And that happens in men and women.
Yeah.
Another thing that happens with past trauma is it can present itself in physical ailments like headaches, back pain, fibromyalgia, lots of different things, vomiting, seizures, where they can't find the cause of those things. A lot of times it's from PTSD. PTSD affects the entire body, head to toe.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah.
All right. I'm going to probably take Finn real quick, but
yeah.
I know I have a question here. So I'm going to just step off for 1 second. But what do we got here? No more coffee with Brewer on Saturdays. And please, there's new people. Let everybody know what Coffee with Brewer is.
Oh,
please.
So yeah, Coffee with Brewer was a Saturday event every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. And I'm just moving it to Sundays. So it's going to be on Sundays at 11 a.m. Unfortunately, I know that affects a lot of people if they have, different things that they do on Sunday mornings, but I just had to move it because the physical exercise was important to me, and the Saturday was the day that I chose to do it. So, but hopefully people will still come to see latte art and coffee brewing with me. So yeah, I can't highlight anything. So Kev, yeah, you get to sleep in on Saturdays. You too, Ray. Excuse me. So while Tera's away, let me just spew off some information about June being, Men's Mental Health Month or Men's Health Month. Some statistics or facts about it. Men die by suicide 4 times more than women However, the rates of women are increasing, especially veteran women. Middle-aged white men have the highest suicide rates. Substance abuse and untreated depression are common in men, especially those in the age 35 to 60. And what this month is really about is getting men treatment for their mental health. Especially, my generation and older generation, it's just, suck it up and drive on. You don't talk about that stuff, and you don't get treatment for that stuff. You're less of a man if you do. But that is changing. Like, it's changing for the better. And the reason it's changing is because everyone is talking about it more and more and more. And when you talk about it all the time, or, every month, I mean, you're seeing something about mental health, really. It's a year-round thing, year-round problem. But the more men that talk about it, the more acceptable it will be. I mean, it's just, it's going in that right direction. And you don't have to be publicly talking about it. But as long as you get treatment for it, as long as you do go see a therapist or a psychiatrist or nurse practitioner, or even clergy. There's a lot of religious organizations that have counselors trained, and they're good. They're good too. Awesome. Oh, hi, Mindy from Black Rock. Coffee.
Chief is asking if you can recommend therapy for someone that may not have insurance.
So a lot of places do have, so where I used to work, like in Bradford, Pennsylvania, I worked at a community mental health center where we primarily took insurance. However, if you didn't have insurance, there's like a payment scale, and you may even qualify to get free care if you don't meet the lowest wage, like if you're in the poverty level. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of therapists and psychiatrists and nurse practitioners that offer services for cash pay. Like, you can pay out of pocket for the service, which may be cheaper than insurance. Insurance is expensive, to be able to afford insurance. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have a lot of medical problems, but you do want to see a therapist, they will, there's a lot of what they're called cash pay businesses, private practices that you can go to. But most places do have like a bracket. So if you make this much money in a year, like, you just show your tax forms, your rate's lower, and it could be nothing. There's plenty of non-for-profit organizations out there too.
And I don't know, you just mentioned clergy. I mean, that is an option.
Involved with the church. Yeah. Some churches actually have like therapists, like counselors, trained counselors, and others are just the clergy, the people that preach, or, the pastors.
Yeah. I didn't even know that existed. And immediately what comes to mind for me is, I mean, some people might think, I'm not a member of the church, that's not my faith, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't feel like they would turn you away regardless of your faith, because it's their mission to bring people in. They're like shepherds. So I don't think they would necessarily say, no, sorry, you can't, you can't come in. In New York, all hospitals have financial assistance / charity care. I was totally ashamed to admit I was in therapy. Didn't want anyone to know. Long chat with my mom, and she said she was proud of me for even admitting I needed help. I think, Brewer said it. Like,
Maddie, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it's part of the issue is people are afraid to talk about it. The stigma, they don't want to be labeled as a basket case, as weak, as whatever it is that they're afraid of. And I don't blame them. I totally get it. But I think, coming from California, I feel like everybody has a therapist in California, and it's not like looked down upon. Like, you're almost like wearing a badge of honor. If like, I go see my therapist.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I wish that more of that would happen. Like, it would be more common to kind of be proud of it. Finn. Okay, I see you. Careful.
What
Sorry,
do you
guys.
got?
Okay. Yes, this is great. A great resource.
Mhm.
988 National Hotline has a text option as well. If people are more comfortable with this option,
Mhm.
definitely can't recommend that enough. Guys, I think there's quite a few of you, and even if you are, no longer working as one or are retired and or whatever, how many people in the chat are actually in the medical field in general? I'm curious. I know of at least 3 of you, at least. Yeah, we're proud of you, Marty.
Mhm.
No, you had it right the first time, Marty. Let's see. Yeah, yes, 100%. I don't know if you were here earlier, Maddie, but Pud tried to like steal the show by sharing with everybody something really crazy, but I don't think you were here, so I'm gonna make you replay it or talk to him. We'll see.
Yeah, who else can top those two?
Yeah, come on, show your vulnerability. That stigma is going away bit by bit, thankfully, one person at a time.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to ask you, Brewer, for advice. I did run it by Chris, just I don't know. It's part of being a business owner. I'm like, am I being professional? Am I crossing a line? Is it okay? I don't want to be weird. And he's like, yeah, no, Brewer's great. Just go ahead. We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 8.
Well,
4.
You said the other day, you said something about customers, but you don't have customers, you have friends.
Yeah.
And that's, I consider you my friend as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris, my friend, even though I'm a customer, but
Yeah.
I hope that anyone that watches True North or watches the Beer to Respect or watches Coffee with Brewer knows that at any time you can just DM me, for anything.
Feel safe. I felt safe. It was not really like I'm afraid to. It was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm a representative for a business, and I just want to make sure I'm covering my bases. That's all. But when I'm talking to you, I'm not like a business owner. I'm a friend. You're right. And it is weird to be like, yes, my customers. Like, I just don't. It doesn't feel right. It's not feel like the right word, but it's the only one I can.
Not in this community, anyways.
Yeah, definitely. I've learned to cope with my conditions with laughter and good friends. Some people don't have the luxury of knowing how to cope, and that's where therapy earns its stripes. Yes, definitely. Mixed Riz, you're not alone. I feel like a lot of people struggle with asking for help. 100%. Please, there's so many people in this community that are willing to have an open ear. Shoot, I know he's not here, but Jumpmaster is just constantly like, I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen. Anybody, just reach out. Romy's here, bumping that bass and got in late. Hope you had a good day at work. Yes, I've said it before. My stream is therapy for me. It forces me to focus on the now and what I'm doing. And I can't really think about anything but being presentable on camera. And the only other worry I really have besides hitting all my talking points is Finn in the background. Otherwise, I get to have fun, hang out, and watch you guys turn the chat into just pure shenanigans. Yeah, phone is always on. Is sitting down over coffee therapeutic? I would definitely say yes. 100%. 100%. We have a $40 copay, Mike. The people and connections that we have made in the last year and a half have truly improved our lives. That is so great to hear, Amber. We are so glad that you are here. You and Levin.
Yeah, and Amber, I hope like you and Kevin have improved others as well.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
Jay's like, oh, I'm going to come in and try and one-up everybody right now. I'm so proud of you. And I guess the word of the night might be vulnerability. I feel like vulnerability is like a fragile sounding word to begin with. And I should say, I'm proud of your strength, you guys. It takes strength to be vulnerable. That's the bottom line. Hey, it's okay. Do you want to go see Dad?
I'm glad you did, Jay. I'm glad you did.
Slap at the base. What's wrong? You okay? You're okay. Mama's right here. Do you want to go see? You want to go? Oh, hello. Can you see anything behind me? I'm sure you can't because it's, camouflage and all.
Yeah.
And yes, Jay, so glad you're here today with us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This community and my brother-in-law have helped me out a lot when it came coming out of your shell.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yes, absolutely. When you feel comfortable around people and people embrace you and make you feel good, you're going to become more of yourself. Alan, welcome. Thank you for hanging out. Yep, vulnerability equals strength 1,000% or 100. I think 1,000% is not real. So we'll go with 100. 90-20. 90-20. Oh, you can see him, Abe. Okay, just checking. Honestly, mental health and suicide does not discriminate. 2 hospital security guards in my city committed suicide because of PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, PTSD is no joke. It is definitely something that requires therapy. She's right here.
Come here.
Ginger's on the loose.
Come here.
Let's do real quick a nothing giveaway. Mike, you can join in, obviously. And let me add this on camera. Let's get a hashtag Brewer in the chat if you want to join this nothing giveaway. I'm going to throw some music up and I'm going to go grab Ginger. I will be right back. All right, guys. Yeah, hashtag Brewer in the chat. If this is your first True North YouTube live, the nothing giveaway is exactly what it sounds like. You enter and we give you nothing. So basically, this is just fun and games. You get to see your name on screen. If you win, you get the honor, the prestige, the bragging rights of winning. And if you would like to share your nothing win on Instagram, YouTube, I don't know what else, TikTok, any of those, hashtag nothing win, tag True North Beard Co. And let us see what your nothing looks like. Let's see. Yeah. I barely saw him. Jay, I can't speak to this, but I am gonna say that I can understand and maybe, talk to Brewer. Reach out. BBC Etsy CEO. I love it. Yeah, this is a great tune. Guys, if you have any, go ahead, Brewer.
It's not a quick fix. Unfortunately, sometimes it does take a lot of time.
Here he is. Okay. Do you think you can come grab him? Okay. Music sounds like something from MapleStory. I'm not sure I'm familiar with MapleStory. Mental health and suicide almost took my life after my deployments. Called the VA hotline and they hung up on me when I mentioned a gun. The next day I got help. War veteran therapist, we are glad you are here with us today. Appreciate you joining us. This is a perfect first show for you to hang out with us.
I'm glad you're here, War Vet. Definitely glad you're here.
Look at this. Me, Jay Blight, Maddie, Smokey, and Stud have a group chat, and it helps me throughout my day majority of the time. Stop making us jealous, guys. And we just post reels and shit. Mm-hmm. With Maddie in there, I'm sure there's a ton of reels. Come on. Okay. Yeah, there we go. PTSD takes time to rewire the brain and reactions. Yeah. Don't give up on finding something that works for you. Brewer, why is it so easy for some people to talk to strangers about the hard stuff rather than your own friends or family?
Yeah, there's no judgment. There's no, you're not letting someone down. Like if they're a stranger, and plus they can give you like a different side of it, like a different perspective than what your family and friends have, because they don't know you, you know?
Yeah, I don't think that you're gonna have, I think part of it, I would imagine, is like you don't have to worry that that family member might go talk to another family member and share your secrets, perhaps. I'm not saying that family does that, but I feel like sometimes families like, oh, it's family, we can talk about other family together, you know? So that's what I get out of it, but besides everything Brewer just said. Oh, okay. All right. More pug. No, I know what it is. I know what that is. Brewer, what are your thoughts on hallucinogenics for the treatment of PTSD?
The research looks promising. It's very intensive. So I don't know if anyone knows this, but you know, there's a lot of talk about psilocybin for treatment of depression, and they're looking at PTSD as well. And not only psilocybin, but ecstasy as well. Ecstasy, especially for PTSD. But that treatment involves a lot of time. So like you need to be with 1 to 2 therapists during the treatment for about 8 to 10 hours. And so it's very intensive. But hopefully someday they'll research it enough that it's approved.
Let's see. Whoops. 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 Wait. All right, hold on.
I'm eating some
No!
True North Sour Patch Kids.
Nice. Plenty of those. Here's another one.
I'll take it.
Brewer, do you guys have electroconvulsive therapy at your hospital?
Not at our hospital, but nearby. We do refer people to that when needed. It's a great procedure.
Yeah, it's that non-biased as well. They don't
Understandable.
have anything to base their thoughts off of your history with them. Absolutely.
Mhm.
I've told more of my life to people here than I have family and friends here my whole life. And I think it's also vice versa of a bias where like you already are biased and judging or assuming what their reaction might be, what their response might be. And it goes like both ways, I think. You remove your own bias against the person that you are talking to that's a family member, and you could go in just like, you don't know what they're going to say. They're a professional. They're going to tell you what they think as a professional. Yeah, sometimes family and friends don't get it. Microdosing is a thing the VA hospital is doing in Colorado, I believe. Read a research
No,
read a research journal on it. Okay.
I can tell you that's not true.
Oh. Here we go. Because this community has only affected my life negatively for the worst. Specifically, Tera and Brewer, just kidding. You're all a group of beautiful, intelligent, wonderful, supportive human beings. Yeah, I have read about low dose, like microdosing is being just like completely embraced. And especially, what is it? Like people that work in very high stress, Silicon Valley type of people are getting into that. Okay. Wrong hashtag. Okay. Streams such as this help more than I could explain, especially over the last couple of years. Definitely more of a family than a company. Exactly. Yep. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. I was trying to get Brewer on here by himself. I wish that the U.S. would identify CPTSD as an actual independent diagnosis. From what my research is showing, there can be quite a bit of differences in the treatments. All right, and that's chronic PTSD.
No.
No? What
No,
does it
he's
see?
referring to complex,
Oh, okay.
which I guess
Heard somebody say
doesn't meet
chronic.
criteria of PTSD. So, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that could happen. I mean, it's possible that they, they rewrite the diagnosis book every 10 years or whatever, 15 years. So.
Okay, let's go ahead and do this nothing giveaway, and probably gonna wrap it up. Guys, if you have any other questions for Brewer, put them in the chat quick. Otherwise, you can reach him on Instagram if you don't already follow him. I'm sure he's gonna put his handle in the chat right now, probably. Oh, I thought you were showing me something. Oh.
I just pinned the comment.
Oh, okay.
You see my pinned comment?
No, not unless I'm in here.
Oh.
I'll look right now.
What was it you wanted me to do?
Oh, just drop your Instagram handle account in the
Oh.
chat if anybody wants to get in touch with you. Yeah, guys, the new shop is getting set up. A lot of rearrangements were happening today, not by me. Obviously, I'm not heavy duty lifting anything over 21 pounds right now, but I do carry 21 pounds all day, every day. I am rucking all the time. But give me here. Hold on. Give me him. All right, guys. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for showing your strength in vulnerability. And yes, you can check out Brewer on Coffee with Brewer on Instagram and YouTube. Alan says, this group of men and women that I have grown to know and respect has helped Tina and I through the loss of our son due to depression a year ago, February. Thanks, guys. Love the bearded community. I'm so glad that you're here with us, Alan. Glad to hear that we have helped in any way. I know I feel like I don't do a lot and I don't influence anybody, but that is so awesome of you to share. All right, guys, let's do this giveaway. I appreciate you all. Good luck. Brewer, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, no
As
problem.
soon as this is over, I'm just going to be getting out of here because Finn is... Finn. All right, guys. And yes, if you ever need to reach out to me, True North Tera on Instagram, I would love to hear from you. Good luck, you guys. And thanks for sticking around, making this show awesome. Brewer, thank you so much. So cool. So fun.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime. All right, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves all year round, but it is Men's Health Month. Take care of yourselves. Good luck. Here we go. Wow.
Jay.
Congratulations, Jay. It is your week, man. He was on Monday night last night. Now he's a winner tonight. He is the Nothing King, so perfect. Guys, thanks so much. I'll leave the chat on just for a minute, but I'm out of here. Brewer's out of here. We appreciate you all. You have a great evening. I will see you on Friday at 8 o'clock.